Sat on the old tattered and torn leather couch with tears streaming down his face as he watched his mom, Bernadette, carefully place a heroin-filled syringe in her vein. Too much for his young soul to bear, he jumped above the couch and ran out the front door down the apartment steps onto the street. The year was 1995, and Baltimore was a city in crisis. Between the drug epidemic and the extremely high murder rate, Baltimore was equivalent to a third world country, with snow on the ground and a cold breeze blowing over the city. Nolan zipped his first down coat to the top and started walking up Igor Street to his best friend Tion's house. After walking 3 blocks, he finally arrived and get to knocking on the door. Sticking his head out the bathroom window, Tion tells Nolan, "Hold on, here I come." And within a few minutes, the front door opened. But instead of letting Nolan in, Tion stepped out on the front and closed the door behind him. With his snow gloves on his hand, he'd give Nolan a 5 and tell him, like, "Come on, yo, let's walk." Seeing the expression on Tion's face, Nolan knew something was wrong, but he also knew Tion was in the same predicament as him, because both of their mothers was drug addicts. So while they walking, Nolan asked him, like, "You all right, yo?" But Tion just shook his head like, "The niggas in there again, yo." And when he said that, Nolan just thought about the last time he was over there. Last time he was over there, his mother had dudes coming in and out the house. White men, Mexicans, truck drivers and shit. She was selling ass. And he knew that Tion was embarrassed about that shit. But his mother was on crack real bad. So Nolan didn't respond. He just shook his head. He kept on walking. But then Tion asked him, like, "What's up with you? What made you come through?" Nolan was just like, "Man, she throwing that shit in front of me again, man." Tion like, "Damn, yo." He put his hand on Nolan's shoulder and told him, like, "Yo, shit gonna get better for us." And that put a slight smile on Nolan's face because he looked up to Tion like a big brother. They was only 2 years apart. Nolan being 15, Tion being 17. So as they walking, Nolan asked him, like, "Where we going at?" Tion like, "Man, I just wanted to get the fuck out the house. Let's go see what Charles doing." Baby Charles was part of their 3-man crew. So they crossed Broadway, get to walking up Gate Street until they hit Patterson Park Avenue. When they knocked on the door, they could hear Baby Charles getting cussed the fuck out by his father. And that made them giggle, because Charles was always getting cussed out. His father, Mr. Donnie, drove trains for a living. He was a conductor. Mean as a snake. But Charles was one of the only niggas in the hood that still had their father in the house. So in Tion and Nolan's eyes, Mr. Donnie got points for that. But anyway, Baby Charles come to the door with 2 big-ass trash bags. When he see them, he start blushing. He like, "Hold on, yo, let me take this shit around back to the trash can." And you can hear Mr. Donnie yelling out from the house, "You better put some new bags in trash cans, too." They was laughing. So when Baby Charles gets back from around back, he gave him a 5. Like, "What y'all boys up to?" Tion like, "Man, we came to see what you was doing." So Charles like, "Oh, all right, let me go in the house and get my jacket real fast." He hurry up running in out before his father tell him do something else. He tell Tion and Nolan, like, "Come on, let's walk to Mr. Mike's, the corner store, get a blunt." So they walk across the street to Patterson Park and Landville to Mr. Mike's. Walk in there and get a pack of Dutchess. They go back across the street, sit on the front, he roll up. So they sitting on the steps, laughing, smoking, chilling, right? Then Nolan asked Charles, like, "Yo, what's up with that shit you was talking about last time?" So Charles looked at him like, "What you talking about?" And Tion like, "Nah, remember you was how when your father go to work at night, he leave the gun in the house." Charles was like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah." So Nolan like, "Man, I got an idea." So Baby Charles like, "I'm all ears." So Nolan like, "Man, look, we ain't got no food in my house for like the last 4 days. I've been eating bread and shit like that." So Baby Charles like, "For real? Why the fuck you ain't come up here and eat?" Nolan looked him in his eyes and said, "Cause my mother ain't got nothing to eat either." That's when Tion chimed in like, "Man, I'm in the same boat. Ain't no food in my refrigerator either." So Baby Charles like, "Damn, what y'all got in mind?" So Nolan like, "If he leave that gun in the house tonight, we can pull a Jack move when he go to work." So Charles like, "Oh, with the gun?" It's like, "Yeah." So Charles like, "Who the fuck we gonna get?" So Tion like, "Shit, it's a couple niggas. I was thinking about running down in the dope hole on Port Street." But Nolan like, "Nah, we need to do something that's guaranteed, like a store or something." So Baby Charles like, "A store? What store?"